Hi friends, and welcome to my garden. If we have not met before, my name is Alana. This is her home and harvest. I hope that you enjoy this garden tour. Today we are just going to be walking around and seeing what things are like now that spring is in full swing. It's just a really pretty day. It's a little bit overcast. As I say that, the sun starts coming out, but I was gonna say don't let that fool you. It is over 80 degrees and it is forecasted to just get hotter for the next few weeks. So with that, let's just dive right in and see what's growing. Okay, we're gonna start in our usual spot, but not necessarily with our usual suspects. This is a jalapeno pepper. And I don't know if he's gonna live here for now, but he's doing really great. You can see there's actually baby, well, not baby jalapenos, it's flowering and with the potential of baby jalapenos, so I'm pretty excited about that. The pineapple is doing fine. Yeah, that's all I can say about that right now. I just have a little pot of flowers over here. I was really excited to get some more flowers planted this year. I have some more down here that I have to find a spot for. This is a tomato. It is a cherry tomato that I never found a home for, but as you can see, it is trying to make little tomatoes, and actually there are some on here, so we know it needs to be moved into a bigger pot, but I don't really have plans to put it in one, so I think I'm just gonna let it give me a few cherry tomatoes and then compost it. Behind that we have a cucumber. Yeah, it's called homemade pickle. So cucumber back there, which is flowering, if you can see that. And so I'm excited to have cucumbers probably in the next couple weeks. These are the very last of the starts that we had done last month. Well, actually, this is a jalapeno that we started back in February, but that is a San Marzano that I don't have space for, so I haven't decided what to do about that. And then this is a sad little guy, but it's another indeterminate tomato variety. Oh, I can't remember. It's black, TRE, black, I don't know. I can't guess. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but it's an indeterminate variety and I don't know where to put it. So we'll see. Obviously it's got time for me to figure that out. Here's the tomatoes. Not looking so great, but I'm sure they'll produce fine. I really have to remember not to use the soil for potatoes again next year. And here's the oregano, finally starting to look a bit happier. And there's just like a couple of, I threw a couple marigolds in there. These are what's left over of some wildflowers. It's just kind of a mismatch in there. Okay, starting up top over here, more flowers in the back, lots and lots of basil. This is the purple basil I was telling you guys about in previous videos. I love how it looks and I have yet to try it, so I'll let you know how that comes out, but it says it's supposed to taste very similar to your traditional basil, so if it doesn't, I'll have plenty of basil. So there's that, more flowers. There's just flowers in the four corners, more flowers over here. These are nasturtiums I've never tried growing, but I thought it would be really pretty if I could get them to cascade over the front of this, so we'll see if that works out. That's cilantro we're gonna rip out and replace probably with that jalapeno pepper. This is another jalapeno pepper, which I've told in other videos, it's been overwintering for many years now. It still gives us little teeny tiny jalapenos. Probably gonna be its last year before I get rid of it. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if it wasn't obvious, this is all green onion up here. And this is the beets that I've been growing for my mother, and they're starting to really take off. We got a jalapeno down there. Sorry, gosh, apparently I'm tired. I've got a pineapple down there, and then there's another pineapple here and two more over here that were pulled from the original plant. I was really worried when I pulled out the one that was sitting right here and replaced it with this one. I was worried this one wasn't gonna make it, but it's already started developing new leaves, so I have hope. And then I just shoved a couple more flowers in there because I could. These are the chrysanthemums that I regretted putting in here, but they love it. As you can see, they're filling this out a lot. Yeah, I don't know what our plans are for this. I'm just going to enjoy it. This is the Bear's Lime, and it keeps dropping the limes in the wind. So that's about, I think, the biggest one I have right now. There might be one or two more that are bigger than that. Oh yeah, this one, right? So definitely pollinated, should come to size, but the wind just take them off. So we'll see if we get any of those this year. And then this is the mandarin, which is flowering right now. So it's looking great. I'm really hoping we get more off this because I liked these mandarins last year. They're, let's see, the Dancy mandarin, I think is how you say it. And I haven't done an update in a while. So first I want to explain that I have all this mulch down. I admit I was a bit influenced and I got the garden straw, I think is what it's called. I found a good deal for it online and I went ahead and just got it. And I got 2 bags of it, which was way more than enough. I thought by how much it was estimating that 1 bag would probably do everything. And I got 2 just because it was such a good deal. And then it turned out I didn't even need 1 whole bag. So I'm sure I'll add, you can see like there's spots in it. I'll probably have to come in and add some more, but so far pretty happy with that. I have to say let me show you over here. I'm not in love necessarily with how it looks. My husband says he likes it. It looks neater, but I liked it when I was using the redwood. I used the same mulch that this is. It's like a finely shredded redwood. But I can already tell that it is helping retain the moisture much better. So, I'm definitely a function over form kind of person. So I just want to say that I'm really liking this so far. Okay, so back here are some zinnias. Oops, I just scared away a lizard. And I wanted to show you, this is one of the last surviving zinnias that had been eaten down. And I still don't know if it's going to make it. And then this one also. So those are the only 2 that made it. The rest of these were all ones that I had started again inside and planted out, and they're doing pretty well because I put down this Logo Plus. Okay, here we have 1 cayenne and 2 cayenne, and then just, I'm not going to point out every single one of them, but there's flowers all along pretty much the bottom of this hill. These are tomatillos, 1, 2, 3, and I put 1 here, and I just put these stakes along the side of it, hoping that it would be okay. I shouldn't have planted this closely, but that's what I do. I try to shove things in places to get as much as I can, and sometimes I regret it, sometimes I don't. We'll see what happens this year. These little guys, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are San Marzanos, and like I said, I have that 5th one over there that I need to find space for. And then this one in the middle here is actually a California Wonder pepper. So we'll see. I know these are eventually going to shade that out, but I was kind of hoping I could get some peppers off of that before those 2 grew big enough. All right, and then these tomatoes that are all quite a bit larger are all just regular Roma tomatoes. And I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. I kind of wish I had done more of the San Marzanos and less of the regular Romas, but I bought the Romas first, and so I ended up doing more of those. And if you can see, they're flowering, and then the first fruits are just starting to show up. So I'm pretty excited to hopefully have a decent harvest of Romas this year. Last year, this was the first time I used this particular seed packet, I think. And I wasn't that impressed, but we're gonna give it a shot this year. I think that last year they just didn't like being in pots. So hopefully I'm right about that. And then behind the roses, we have 2 cucumbers. The one in the front is a Space Master, and the one in the back, I was hoping is also a Space Master, but since it's starting, it's kind of got a different growing pattern. I'm not 100% sure, honestly, what kind of cucumber it is. We will find out with time because they all kind of look a little bit different. Over here we have, oh gosh, a few different things. So starting to climb up the trellis is some pole beans. I can't remember which variety. I just assumed they were going to die, so I planted a cucumber that specifically needs to be trellised, hoping that would fill up this trellis. And then of course these little guys started growing up the trellis. If this starts going up the trellis, I'll probably pull this because I don't think there's enough space for both of them. But I don't know. I figured I'd leave both for now and see which one wins. And then these are cherry tomatoes, grown at the same time as the extra one on the patio, but these got put in the ground, and you can see these ones are also starting to put on fruit. So that's exciting. And then on the other side over here, we have another cherry tomato, same exact types grown at the same exact time. And then same thing here. We've got the sweet cucumber. I can't remember exact variety. And then the beans that I was certain were dying, but maybe aren't. And then behind here, this very happy little plant is a small pumpkin. Let me double check which one it is. This one is the small sugar pumpkin. It makes those little tiny pie pumpkins that are about, like 6 inches in diameter. So I'm pretty excited about that. There are some starting to grow on here, and so I'm hoping they get pollinated. And then my plan, because this is not enough space for a pumpkin to grow, is to have it come up, and then I'm going to kind of stake it and to try to get it to grow along the hill, so it's not wasting as much space in my garden. And then right next to it is a zucchini that's doing really well, but the leaves did not look like this yesterday. So I'm gonna have to look into this. I always have issue with powdery mildew, but this looks different than what I'm used to dealing with. So if anybody has any idea about that, this is what it kind of looks like on the top. They're kind of drying out and curling in on themselves. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that. But yeah, just the outside leaves, the inside leaves still look very healthy and green. And right behind it is another zucchini that is the same variety, I believe. Sorry. And then this is one more zucchini of the same variety as well. And actually, now that I'm looking at this is 2 zucchinis. I should probably come in here and pull out this small one. If you can see, there's like kind of a small one here, and then this one is definitely doing better. I'm gonna pull the small one so it's not pulling energy from the larger one. And then right next to it, here and here, I've just marked out spots that I want to plant 2 more squash. I have a couple ideas, and that's what I'm gonna hope to do next weekend. And then all along here is just a whole bunch of onions in the front, and they're all doing great. Excuse the lizards. I don't know if you can see that guy right there. They're everywhere. Right here is a sugar baby watermelon. I thought I had 2 of those, and you guys, I literally can't find the second one. So right now we just have 1. This is another one of those vining cucumbers that needs to be trellised. So I'm hoping that this trellis will be enough for it. So we'll see what happens with that. These 2 right here are the baby butternut squash that we grew last year that I really, really liked. And then on the end here is a Jilby little pumpkin. They're like tiny, almost like this big ornamental pumpkins. So I'm excited to grow those this year. And then just to show you everything, this and this right here is an experiment to save seeds for kale. I know you can't really tell that's kale anymore, but it was kale at some point. I already pulled off one of the stalks and started getting that ready to save seed. And then I'll do that with these soon when they start to show more signs of drying out. All right, and then over to the planters that are right up against the house. Over here we have onions, which are really not liking the soil. I thought it was a watering issue, but I am no longer of that mind. I think that the soil either really doesn't have the best nutrients, or I'm a little concerned might have had maybe some pesticides in it. I guess time will tell. Some things are growing really great in the soil, and some things seem to hate it, and the onions seem to be one of the things that hates it, so we'll see. But the strawberries are doing okay. I mean, they're not growing super prolifically, but they are growing. And I did get a couple strawberries. I tried to pick them all off, but I did get a couple try to grow here and here. Yeah, so that's all that's in here, strawberries and onions. And then over here, I did want to grab one of these today to kind of see. These are all carrots, and then my plan is once this is all cleared out, I'm either going to be putting watermelons or more cucumbers here, like a bush type. And there's more onions in the front here, which, like I said, they were doing really great, and now they're struggling. These are red onions, if you can tell down there. So I don't know what we're going to get from those. This is lettuce. I had chopped the lettuce back like below the soil level, but it still grew back over there too. So we've just been harvesting lettuce. I'm sure it's going to bolt all over again, but it still tastes pretty good so far. And then I did want to try one of these carrots here. Let's see if we can find one to harvest. I am expecting these to be stunted. Oh, we're gonna harvest this one. I don't know if you can see that. That's a pretty big carrot. I'm expecting them to be stunted because they, the soil that I got is really dense soil. Oh gosh, look, we're gonna get this one too. That's huge. Okay, so let's start with this one. Let's just see what comes up, shall we? Is it gonna be 2 inches long? I don't know. Yep. Oh, and I pulled up a little tiny baby one in the process. But there you go. Oh, it split. Oh, it totally split. Okay, that means the other one's probably split too. I should probably start pulling all of these in because that was a pretty big carrot. But unfortunately, I did not pull that in time. So now I'm worried that this one, was it this one? Oh, this one over here might be the same. And this one right here. Let's just pull them. Let's find out. Oh, awesome. See, this one has not split yet. So that's great. So now we have a carrot. And let's grab this one too. Oh, wow, you guys. I didn't write down which one was which and I totally forgot. These are 2 different carrots over here and then only a couple made it over there. So that's pretty good. So there you go, we got ourselves some carrots. So this is a bush cucumber right here and we'll see how that one does. This particular variety didn't do super great last year. And then over here, I thought I was planting a watermelon, but instead I accidentally put another vining cucumber. So we'll see how that goes. And then over here we have some turnips. That's all what this is. And they're doing pretty good. And then some more basil in the back, that purple basil. And I don't know if you can see that, but something is definitely starting to try to eat it. I've got more basil here and then some green onions, which were doing really great. And I don't know if you can tell that, but they're starting to yellow. They're not super happy. And I hope you guys can hear me. My neighbors' landscapers are out. But this is the 2 avocado trees. And I was very concerned this one was gonna die, but I don't know if you can see at the top there. And a few of the branches have new leaves growing. So that's a good sign. And then the pluots are doing great. They're loaded with fruit. I don't know if you can see that as well as I can. The apples are also doing really great. I think they very much benefited from me pruning them. I'm gonna have to stay on top of those during the summer though. And then the peaches, which I can't even stand far enough back to show you, are doing really great. I guess I can show you down in here. The peaches are really taking off. And then this is the Caracara orange. It's doing all right. And the little lemon. It has been struggling, but it's been putting on a lot of new leaves, so I'm pretty excited to see if this makes a good comeback this year. And the last thing I wanted to show you is the new planter that I put in. Right here we've got another Joby little pumpkin, the little ornamental pumpkins. Or just kidding, that's this one. This one over here is a winter squash, and then there's some lupins and marigolds and more marigolds and lupins, and then in the middle here is onions. I don't know if those are all great ideas to plant together, but I did because that's what I had left. So hopefully they enjoy being in this planter. All right, that's it for May. Thanks so much for joining me. I know that you could have spent your time with a lot of other people, and I just appreciate that you spent some of it today with me in the garden. I'm pretty excited to see what the next couple months are gonna look like and the harvest we're gonna get from this. But for now, this is the official spring is underway. So I hope that you guys will join me each month as I post these videos to kind of just journal what things are doing in my garden. If you're interested in that, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.